What begins with an A and ends with asphyxia means have one's a microphone cripple, a life on the edge of the walking dead. You either talking black or you speaking red. I can't help you if you don't have the language down. It's either sink or swim, and the average drown. Some of us stay afloat and respect.
Hey friends, it's Brent Worrell here with a bit of an update as to what I've been up to. I've been compelled to jump into my autobiography. Retracing my roots, I've realized that one Robert Craig Knievel, Mr. Evel Knievel, was my first ever true hero, and he motivated me to do a lot of things, some good, some bad. And you do the math on that, but for me it's important to have a look back, and it also compelled me to come to where we're at today to maybe retrace his roots to the Snake River Canyon jump, ill-fated albeit in 1974. In fact, today is September 7th. September 8th will mark the 43rd anniversary of where we're at right now. So we're just going to have a quick look around. Thanks for all your love. Looking forward to getting back to seeing you all real soon. Starting here at the Perrin Bridge, I am in the chair right at the foot of the canyon. Don't want to go too close. I think I've had enough crashes. Off in the distance there, that's where we're off to tomorrow and the days to come. We're going to be right on the launch pad. It's a ways away, but we're going to check it out and it should be fun. All right, cool stuff. What a view. Not a lot happening in this neck of the woods. We just passed a new development. Off into the distance there you can see the mound that we're headed to. Roll on ahead here, press on. Try not to get high centered. Four-wheeling in the Mazda 5, but we've made it. Sort of. I didn't see a no trespassing sign, did you?
I was born a shotgun in my hands, behind the gun I'll make my final stand. Yeah, and that's why they call me Bad Company. I can't deny Bad Company. Till the day I die. Until the day I die.
Right over there, we're gonna go check it out. Just talked to the guy on the trail here, out for a walk. First time out here ever. He's a Twin Falls native. He's out here with his daughter. He was 12 years old in 1974. He said that this place was just hopping. He said people came from far and wide, motorcycle enthusiasts, everybody wanted to see the big jump. Kind of surprised me. He said that there was a huge sense of disappointment when the jump ended up the way it did, with Evel and the Sky Cycle down at the bottom of the canyon there. I don't know, I have to think in retrospect, looking at it some 43 years later, that no failure whatsoever. Evel pretty much immortalized by his 3 jumps that went bad. The 74 Snake River Canyon jump, the Wembley buses, London buses at Wembley Stadium, pretty horrific crash there, as well as the 68 Caesars Palace jump that landed Evel in a coma. Some 403 broken bones to his credit. Man, I gotta get to work if I'm gonna catch up to the legendary Evel Knievel. See off in the distance over there on the other side of the canyon, there's a minivan and a trailer. Kind of a segue into the point that Evel actually leased both sides. This is a property on both sides of the canyon for this jump back in the day. The local I just talked to, who didn't want to be filmed, he said that the farmer had this place closed off. You weren't allowed to drive up here. Quite surprised to find that we could drive right in here. Albeit a little bit whooped out, but no problem for the Mazda 5 and our determination and fortitude. The fellow I talked to also pointed out that back there at the falls, the water is not cascading off the falls right now. They've got the water shut off, blocked off for whatever reason, making for glass-like conditions down in the bottom of the canyon there, where the Snake River lies. Lots of different kayakers, base jumpers over on the Perrin Bridge. Here's the monument at the foot of the jump. Evel Knievel, Robert Craig Knievel, was one of the world's most famous stunt performers and a man who loved doing the impossible. After seeing stunt cyclists on TV, he was inspired to follow suit and began performing his own death-defying feats. From jumping over rattlesnakes to jumping over cars, he went on to create his own daredevil show to help support his family. The small crowds loved the show, and he quickly became an American icon who amazed and delighted fans from around the world. With over 70 different stunts and a world record of 433 broken bones, he miraculously survived all his daredevil attempts. On September 8, 1974, Evel Knievel prepared for the most spectacular stunt of his life, a jump over the Snake River Canyon. Thousands of spectators gathered on the canyon rim, and millions more tuned in on television to see if Evel had a breaking point. A helicopter was used to transport Knievel to the seat in his steam-powered X2 Skycycle as spectators watched in anticipation. The national anthem was sung and speeches were given, and the countdown began. At 3:34 p.m. in a puff of smoke, Evel Knievel shot over the Snake River Canyon at nearly 300 miles per hour. But only seconds later, Knievel's parachute deployed far too early, the wind blowing his Skycycle back to the foot of the south of the canyon wall. The attempt had failed, but it will forever be cemented in the Evel legend and part of Twin Falls history. This is the location where Evel Knievel built the ramp used in his historical attempt to jump the Snake River Canyon. Evel Knievel invested nearly $1 million and leased 300 acres for $35,000 for the crowd and legal permits. The X2 Skycycle was meant to be a high-powered motorcycle, but transformed into a rocket due to design technicalities. Both the ramp and the X2 Skycycle were designed by engineer Bob Truax. Without the aerodynamic body and shape of the X2 Skycycle, Truax believed there would be no chance of making it across the 1,600-foot span. Remains of the ramp are still visible where the giant 180-foot structure once stood. The concrete blocks about 2/3 of the way up the dirt mound held the structure. That being the dirt mound right there, and very shortly we're going to go up top and have a look.
Rebel souls, deserters we've been called. Chose a gun and threw away.
Little last minute hydration here as we prep to launch the mound. We've driven all the way up to Evel's Jump here, the Snake River Canyon, car parked down there, ready to go, had a drink, and I forgot my parachute. How can I jump? I've got no parachute.
You see, come on, brother, down, 'cause there's nothing to me.